I'm KMA Sullivan, founder and publisher at YesYes Books. Today's topic is reading your ass off. Why and where to go if what you're after is to deepen, complexify, strengthen your poetry craft, the work that you produce. Here's some reasons why reading is one of the most important things, I might even say the most important thing that you can do to accomplish that in your writing. So first, reading offers a safe place for your mind, some moments of quiet, some moments where you can quiet the noise that is outside, and my goodness, there's a lot of that. And also the noise that is inside your mind. And that's important. That's important for your mind to be able to then create. It's got to rest. And reading is actually a way to help your mind rest. A second reason to read is because that's where the language is, the story is. Fill your head with language, with story. I have heard people express a concern that if they read, their work will become derivative. I do not feel that that's a risk in general, because what you read is needs to cook up there, need to let it cook up there, and then it's going to combine the language that you encounter that shows you the possibility of what language can accomplish. It's going to combine with what is in you, and that is going to lead to unique work. A third reason to read is that it's important that you know what is out there. I frequently come across manuscripts where it is clear to me that the writer thinks they've discovered something new. So there's a sense of cleverness, a sense of satisfaction. They have been romanced by their own writing. We need to love what we do for a lot of reasons, but to be romanced by what we do is a problem. Is a problem, because we need to also have a critical capacity when we're looking at our writing. But reading will show us what's been done, what's out there, how things how different mechanics have been used. And you might invent a new mechanic. Fantastic. And it's also fine and indeed wonderful to use mechanics that have been used before to apply them to your work. But you need to know how they've been applied, what the possibilities are, and then you may choose to repeat, or you may choose to come up with an alternative, with a variation. But you've got to have that information. And partly because it will prevent you from being kind of romanced by your own work, which is not going to be helpful, because that will lead you to kind of stay on the surface of things. The next, and I would say the most important reason to read and read and read is so that you can see the depth and variety, complexity of human pain and loss and joy. There's no manuscript I will get bored with faster than one where the writer appears to feel that they've got a lock on pain, grief, loss. That frequently leads a writer, in general, that will lead a writer to objectify others. And that is a shallow way of looking at humanity. And in my opinion, and all of this is in my opinion and therefore easily dismissed, there's no art there. There's no art there. Reading and walking through these journeys that other writers offer will, in the end, force you as a writer to go further into your own experience. Because I'm not at all diminishing, I do not mean to diminish the pain, loss, complexity of the experience that the writer is bringing to the table. Not at all. But you want to go all the way in. You got to go all the way in to what is unique in you. That's where the language lives. That's where the art will come from. So those are some reasons to read as you work on enriching your own writing. Where to go? Where to go? So the beauty of where we are today is that there is so much free work available online. So the first thing to know is you don't have to spend money. There are so many online magazines where all of their work is available for free. And then there are also a lot of well-established lit mags that may have a print version, but probably they have an online version that has a lot of work available to you for free. And so, for instance, start with poem a day, verse daily. Easy. Those are two great places to start for poetry. Another way to gather a lot of different lit mags and resources for where you can find work that is meaningful to you, that is engaging to you, is to go up on the websites of the different poets who you are following and look at their bios on their websites. It will list a number of places where they've been published normally, and check out those magazines. In the process, so what you're doing there is not only reading work that engages you, and chances are, if the magazine is publishing writers that you're following, check out the other work that's in those magazines, because you're probably going to find other writers to follow, other writers whose work engages you. And reading that work is going to strengthen your writing. At the same time, what you're doing is you're creating a list of lit mags that become possible places for you to send work. So that's another advantage to that. So money should never be a blockade to reading. Of course, an obvious source of free books is the library. Now, granted, the poetry section in most libraries is absurdly weak. Okay, well, hopefully that'll change. But libraries are filled with other books. And cross-training is a thing that's important in your reading. You're an athlete, or you know about being an athlete. Cross-training is critical to become an athlete, the strongest athlete you can be. And it's similar here with reading. So fiction, creative nonfiction, science and nature writing, that is a treasure trove of potential metaphor. Check that out. Philosophy, all of this cross-training will strengthen your writer's mind. All right, so that's where the free stuff is. But let's say you've got some money and you can spend some money on books. Yay. Yay. For those of us in this poetry game, it is a negative money game. So we would love for you to buy some books. Check out the small presses Of course, I hope you take a look at the YesYes Books catalog. But there are amazing small presses out there that are doing incredible work in poetry. YesYes Books, BOA Editions, Diode Editions, Trio House Press, Noemi Press. Just start there or go elsewhere. Take a look at the awards. Take a look at the American Book Award, the Jacar Press Julie Sook Award. Incredible reading there. Take a look at the Hurston Wright Legacy Award, the Canem Book Prize. Of course, take a look at the LAMBDA Book Awards system. Amazing books called out there. And then also look for books in translation. There are a number of presses that either specialize in that or have an arm that is doing books in translation. That's going to be work that is important for your writer's mind to process, to be exposed to as well. So in this episode, we've gone over why reading your ass off is so important in terms of strengthening your own writing, and where to go. I wish you well in your reading. Have a great rest of your day.